culture is a delightful sight to experience. With a wide variety of cuisines and delicacies from all corners of the archipelago, one will never get enough of the Filipinos' gastronomic distinct flavors. Being considered a melting pot of Asia, a wide mixture of Chinese, Malay, Spanish, Mexican, American, Japanese, and Indian cooking are visible to the Philippine cuisine. But we also have our very own native dish and delicacies, which are being prepared by our old folks using local ingredients. But sadly, some of these gastronomic attractions were pushed to the brink of extinction. But because of fast-paced lifestyle and convenience, Filipinos started to use and consume easy foods with limited preparation. And also because of rapid developments and urbanization, where farms were being converted to industrial and residential areas, some of these well-loved dishes and delicacies were threatened to be lost forever. And one of these well-loved delicacy is the Kunsilba, a popular sweet treat made of unripe banana dipped in a gooey molasses, well known in the municipality of Talisay and Minglanilla, where I came from and spent most of my childhood years. Back in the early days, where sugar plantations abound, several sugar mills were operating in the area, producing tons of molasses and sugar. This delicacy is usually peddled in the streets, carried by a vendor in a native woven basket called locally as nigo, and sold warm early in the afternoon or during siesta time. Kunsilba is also a popular delicacy, sold in the breezy beaches of Talisay, where it is a perfect sweet treat for those who frolicked in the salty waters. Kunsilba is primarily made of unripe banana like this one. This will be peeled, sliced very thinly, dried, cooked to perfection through deep frying, and slathered with a gooey and warm molasses. Now we'll be peeling our banana. Okay? Use some plastic gloves so that dili magka-stain or magkamansya ang imong mga kamot. Kaya you know, unripe banana, daghan kay siya tagok. Okay? So this Kunsilba brings so much wonderful memories of my childhood days. Those carefree days nga during mga siesta time, like around 2 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon, kanang nagrest na mahuway, nagdiskanso. So, manuroy ang among silingan ani. Singgit na siya, Kunsilba, Kunsilba. O na kami, magdinaganay. Mamalit og Kunsilba. Na I'm so proud na maka-teach ko ninyo ani. Kung himo. Many of us associate food from our childhood with warm feelings and good memories. And it ties us to our families, holding a special and personal value for us. Food from our childhood, eaten together with our family, often becomes the comfort food we seek as adults in times of frustrations and stress. Okay, so we'll be slicing our peeled banana using a vegetable peeler, just to make sure na thinly sliced din siya, then it's evenly sliced. Okay? See? Now these are the bananas that we have thinly sliced. Okay? We are going to tie this together in a strip of 5 pieces. Then we are going to tie using the leftover stick that we have used from our puso. Okay, so we will use this as a string. So like this one, we'll tie this. You get one slice, then you poke a hole in the strip. Okay, It's a bunch of 5 slices. Since it is very thin, so dali ra gyud nato siya gamit or mabuslot. So 5 na siya kabok, no? Then we'll tie this string like that. A simple knot. So it's gonna look like this. Okay? Then we're going to spread this out. Na-spread na to para like this one. The purpose is when we are going to dry this under the heat of the sun, dali ra siya mauga. Okay? Like this one. Hindi siya pinaypay but then very thinly sliced. Okay? Na siya na. Ibutang mo to sa basket. Spread out. So, these are our thinly sliced green bananas that we have tied together in a bunch of 5 slices. Okay? So, we're still going to dry this under the direct heat of the sun. And the drying process depends upon the temperature or sa climate nato. So, if init ang panahon, chances are dali kay siya mauga. But if medyo gamay ra ang ikainiton, so ma-air dry siya, so medyo malangan. Okay? Ana lang, we will dry this until it is very crisp para inig kanang fry na to crunchy. Okay? Sige, so ato siyang dadon sa gawas para ma-dry na to. Okay, so here medyo init pa, ato siyang ibuwad. Nitatag area nga medyo maigo gid siya sa kainiton sa adlaw. The sun is still up. Okay, so ana, we'll wait until makuan siya, mauga gid siya ug maayo. Okay. The younger generation, especially the city dwellers, doesn't know much of this delicacy anymore. And even for those who do, desist from making them because their children demand packaged snacks that are readily available and more familiar. So these are the banana clusters that we have air dried for a couple of hours. We shall be frying this on a hot pan. We will now be frying our dried banana clusters. So the temperature of the oil should be really hot in order for the banana to be really crisp. So it will just take around 10 seconds per side because this is really dry and really thin. See, this is already done. Light brown. We'll continue the remaining batch. Foods can quite literally propel you to another time, another place, and another culture without leaving the dining table. We have all had those moments home we smelled something that reminds us of the happy and carefree days of our childhood. Now we're done. So we'll be setting this aside and prepare our molasses. We are now preparing our homemade molasses. Molasses is just a mixture of 1 cup of water, and 1 cup of muscovado sugar. Bring to a boil until the desired consistency is achieved. Daghan kayong tungod sa kadaghan nga molasses sa hinimo og kunsilba. Ito na himong latik for the kulo and biko. Once the latik or the molasses is in the right consistency, dip the fried banana clusters, keeping it over a low fire. Dip it until fully coated and set aside to cool down. And here's our finished product, our lost delicacy of Minglanilla, the well-loved Kunsilba, a popular sweet treat that we enjoyed much during the happy days of my childhood, reminding us of the carefree, lazy summer days. Not that long ago, when mankind was more connected to the land and to his place in the world, local foods were a unique part of the community's culture and tradition. But we risk of losing it forever if we will not care to preserve it. Food reinforces cultural identity. But if we don't take time to teach the younger generation how to cook our traditional food culture, their popularity will be lost to oblivion, and only their distinct aroma and taste will remain alive in the culinary memories of the olden generation. As people stop eating the foods of their ancestors, they also stop growing the raw ingredients. They stop buying the finished product, and eventually, the market for it dries up. In the end, we'll lose the stories and traditions which made our unique society that defines us who we are.